and welcome to another wonderful episode of Heart Health with Tracy Renee. And of course, you know I'm yours truly, Tracy Renee. I am excited to be here to share with you all what's going to happen today. But before we do that, what I want you to do is call your girlfriends, send out a mass text, and let them know that Heart Health with Tracy Renee is about to premiere right now. Hello, and welcome back to Heart Health with Tracy Renee. I'm excited to be here with you all today, guys. Today is one of those topics that a lot of people are simply hesitant to get past, don't really know what to do or how to do it. But I simply like to just say, do it unafraid. Whatever that is, do it unafraid. Today's guest we have in store is one of my good girlfriends and my promote her sister, Miss Angeline Geneva. And we're going to dive in and see just what it is that Angeline has been maybe a little hesitant to step out in or just had that little, that F word, F-E-A-R, little fear. Let's just see what's going on with Miss Angeline Geneva today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You are so very welcome. So let's talk about it. Let's dive right in.
First of all, what we're not going to do, this will not be losing a lash segment of crying and.
Okay, I'm in agreement with you.
Together.
Yes, we're going to do that today. If y'all don't know what that is, I encourage you to go to Facebook. We have a video that talks just about what happened when the eyelashes get to coming off and all of that great stuff. But let's talk about it today. So, in fact, talking about that experience, something that happened with us on last week in filming for a different episode.
Right.
And I decided to just step up and do something oblivious as to really what was going on. I was just operating in Tracy, in my authentic self.
Right.
And I didn't even realize the magnitude to what happened until you and I had spoke about it. So I'm going to let you take it from there, and then we're going to transition into it.
So we're sitting there, and what's so funny is that we're all having a good time. We're networking as sisters typically do. Mm-hmm. And there's music playing, and we're up electric sliding and whatever the line dances were. Uh-huh. And the DJ, Miss Sheila Marie, SMA, switched gears on us, and she started playing a different song. Yeah. But the song resonated with you, mm-hmm. and it just took you to a place where you just remembered how God had brought you out of something, how you had been delivered from something. Mm-hmm. And in that moment, you just felt overwhelming gratitude, and you didn't hesitate to mm-hmm. just kind of casually get up and just excuse yourself, and you walked over to the window. Mm-hmm. And as I was looking at you, I was just checking to see if you were okay, because I didn't see that moment coming. Mm-hmm. And then I noticed that you had your hands in the air, mm-hmm. and it was like it resonates so well now, because when you lift your hands, it's a sign of surrender.
Yes, indeed.
So in that moment, it was just like a complete surrender, and it was gratitude. It was really overwhelming. And I decided to record and capture that moment, because we see Tracy Renee, we see the inventor, the entrepreneur, the coach, the mm-hmm. mom, this amazing woman. And, so many women sometimes will mm-hmm. look at that. I wish I could be her. I wish I could do this. But I wanted to capture that moment, because the blessing, the anointing that God has on your life, it didn't come without a price.
Ooh, no, Lord.
So that moment was a vulnerable mm-hmm. moment, and mm-hmm. I wanted to capture that, because that is also a part of the story. Mm-hmm. So that moment shifted everything for us that day. Everything, the trajectory, the atmosphere shifted. Mm-hmm. And it was so powerful that even for me, mm-hmm. and we spoke about this afterwards, I just was in a mindset of surrender. Yeah. And just allowing God to do whatever he wants to do, right, and put my own agenda to the side. Right. As an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman, mm-hmm. you have an idea or a plan. You know, I need to have my business plan. I need to make sure that, I'm making the smart marketing decisions, that mm-hmm. I'm connecting, I'm making the, so you just have this plan. But after you came back from your worship experience mm-hmm. on your own, you sat next to me and you said, God has so much in store for you.
He does.
And you just have to surrender. And I was just like, goodbye, lashes. I tried so hard to hold that back, but I just felt so overwhelmed and compelled to just release it to God. And and in that moment, we talked about that as well. A lot of things changed.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's so important. What I've found now is that if we don't let that go, that release, it's almost like a valve, a water valve. Mm-hmm. If you continue to have that pressure building up, over time it's going to explode. Mm-hmm. And for me, that's just how it is now. I choose to just turn my valve on and let that come out and release however it does. And I shared about being not ashamed, but just wanting to keep that personal time to myself.
Right.
But I'm glad that I chose not to that day.
Me too.
But we're not going to sit here and talk about me the whole time, because this is about Angeline, Geneva getting past. But we had to get through that and kind of give you a little bit of backstory as to what's going on and what we're doing about this fear and how we're going to continue to move forward unafraid. So sit back, stay tuned. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Hello and welcome back to Heart Health with Tracy Renee. Now, before we go any further, let me just tell you or give you a caution. If you are ever around Angeline, Geneva, you better watch out, because there's no telling. A camera may pop out and just film you at some random moments that you may not even realize. But again, I'm so grateful that you caught that, because again, hearing that and seeing that made me continue to say, okay, Lord, I'm going to continue to walk. So, but like I said, this is not about me. This is about Angeline, Geneva. So let's talk about, is there anything in your life that is causing you to be fearful, or something that's causing you to kind of hesitate to move on?
Oh, how long is this show? How much time we got?
We'll just let them tell us when it's time to go.
Yes. So I work in finance.
Okay.
I've worked for the same institution for 15 years. Prior to that, I used to work for Foley's. I don't know if you remember Foley's department store, but I worked there for about 10 years. Mm-hmm. And I don't typically change jobs. Okay. I like safety. I like security. Mm-hmm. I like... what is the word where you just kind of know how things are going to happen? Control. Routine. Mm-hmm. I like control. Uh-huh. I want to know that on Friday is check time. Okay.
That's a good thing to know.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So in the journey that God has me in now, which is a completely new territory, my fiance and I are starting a restaurant. I'm also starting my own business, the Angeline Geneva Consulting business, and I know that it is the exact plan and will of God for me to do exactly what we're doing. Okay. But because of my desire to control my life, it's very hard to let go of being comfortable, stepping outside of that comfort zone, and stepping out on faith, knowing that if I know that God led me to this, He's going to lead me through it. He's going to make the provision. He's going to provide. But, it's hard to embrace a new thing with one hand on the old thing. For me, it is a challenge. It is definitely a challenge. And even as you were talking about being unafraid, you made a post about that. And I sat with it for a minute. I was like, I'm so sick of Tracy. So tired. Because you've taken me to some places. And I know that it's just the power of the Holy Spirit that's giving it to you. Because you don't know everything that's happening with me. But in my mind, I'm really struggling with allowing myself to really go into this new season of life. It's a challenge.
It really is a challenge. But I want to simply say, you got to be willing to do it. It's so much greater on the opposite side. And especially when you know who we are and whose we are. You already know that He wants us to have the desires of our heart. And in order for us to do that, we have to be able to step out, because what I found, and I can't speak for everybody else, but what I found is that my blessing was held up in me standing still and complacent in that which I either should have, one, never been in the first place,
Right.
or number two, was holding on to it because of my own selfish needs, whatever that may have been. Whether it be holding on to a past relationship, holding on to a job, holding on to an outfit that I know that my hips were not going to get in again. You know, I needed to be able to say, it's time for me to let go of that. And is it easy? Absolutely not.
Right.
I am not going to sit here and lie to you all and tell you that that's an easy thing to do, but it's necessary.
Right.
In order to get to that which you know the Lord has promised for you. That's destined for you.
Yeah.
But and it's almost like, you ever saw that meme where the little kid is standing there with this little old bitty teddy bear, and they're in love with that teddy, and Jesus has got a great big one behind him, and he's like, just give me that one. Just give me that one. It's that same analogy.
I know. And I appreciate you so much for being that constant reminder of it, because it's literally forced me into a different mindset. And it's challenging. I will not sit and say that that it's easy, because it's something that's completely different. But towards the beginning of the year, that was one of the things that really resonated with me, is a song that's called God's Doing a New Thing.
Yes,
and I just love the lyrics. I just thought it was a really nice song, but it's like, he really is.
Yes, he is.
And it's, it's time to just embrace that.
I think we need her to sing. What y'all think? Just a couple of the lyrics. No, I'm not going to put you on the spot like that. But
I will do it unafraid.
Did you hear her? She's going to do it unafraid. Just give us a couple lyrics of it. Just
of that song?
To sing. Yes, ma'am. Sing us into the next break.
I'm doing a new thing. A new thing. I'm doing a new thing. Don't you miss me. I'm doing a new thing. A new thing.
We're going to
God's
break.
doing a new
See you all after the break.
thing.
Whew. I don't even know where to start, guys. First of all, I'm glad you came back. And if you caught that last segment, I know you just were blessed by Angeline sharing a few of the lyrics from that song, God is Doing a New Thing. So let's find out a little bit more about Angeline. Why don't you tell them who you are, what's going on with you, and where can everybody find you?
Okay, so my name is Angeline Geneva, and you can find me on Facebook at Angeline Geneva. I also have a Facebook group that is called Becoming Your Best Self During COVID-19 with Angeline Geneva. Also on Instagram at Angeline Geneva, or my website, angelinegeneva.com. We're also starting a restaurant, and the name of our restaurant is Boot Texan Kitchen, and it is amazing food that my fiance, Anthony Nichols, was raised on. So it's a compilation of Louisiana, the Louisiana Boot, and Texas flavors. And we have soul food, seafood, barbecue, just everything. It is just like food that you would get if you go to your grandmother's house. It's a family environment, and I'm excited about what God is doing with us with that.
I am excited. Okay, so we're going to get some good food. We're going to have her come back and show us some plates and all that good stuff. But again, I am so excited that you came on today with us and share what you are doing and how you feel about doing it unafraid. Yes. So guys, stay tuned. We're going to come right back. You want to give them that social media handle one more time?
Angeline Geneva.
All right.
Or angelinegeneva.com, my website.
All right. So we'll see you in just a few more moments, guys. Sit tight. So, Angeline, is there any parting words that you'd like to leave with our guest today?
Yes. Nature of this show is do it unafraid. Whatever it is, don't allow fear to paralyze you. Move forward. That song, A New Thing, by my favorite artist, Darryl Walls, is not just a song, but it is a movement. And it is changing my life, and it will change yours. Do it.
Do it unafraid, guys. I'm so grateful and blessed that you chose to come on Heart Health with Tracy Renee.
Thank you for having me.
So, guys, you know, as we always do, we are always bringing to you stories that tug at your heart, stories of relationship, redemption, overcoming, health issues, all of those great things. And as Angeline Geneva said today, we are going to continue to do it unafraid because God is truly doing a new thing with us. So I encourage you all to follow Heart Health with Tracy Renee on Facebook. Follow me across all of the social media platforms. And if you're interested in being a part of the show, or if you have some show topics that you'd like to discuss, send us an email at tracy@tracyrenee.com. And again, stay tuned to next Wednesday. We're on 12 noon your time, guys. We'll see you soon for another episode of Heart Health with Tracy Renee.